Hey everyone, this is Coach Mark. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and I hope you guys love watching these videos just as much as I love doing them. I get an opportunity to share a little bit more with you every single week, and I really truly enjoy doing these videos every single week. So on my latest power and a half hour call, I talked about, the name of the show was actually I Am Unstoppable. And let me tell you this, if you guys aren't listening to them, I really highly suggest that you listen to them. It's called Power and a Half Hour. You can go to www.powerhh.com. If you're watching me on YouTube, you should be able to find it. It's not hard to find or whatever, right? I do them every single week. This week I just did number 76. I've been doing it for 76 weeks in a row. Anyway, the title of this week's show is I Am Unstoppable. And what I did was I talked about two really unstoppable people. I profiled three people in the beginning, but I really highlight two unstoppable people. And the first person that I profile is Kobe Bryant. Now, for those of you basketball fans, if you guys don't know who Kobe Bryant is, probably one of the greatest basketball players that ever lived. And let me tell you, let me start this off by saying I am not a Kobe Bryant fan, or I should say I wasn't a Kobe Bryant fan until I started to do this research, because I don't know, for whatever reason, I just never really liked Kobe Bryant a whole lot, right? I guess everybody has their players who they like, and Kobe Bryant just was never really one of my favorite players until I started to do this research, and I saw why he was the way that he was. Anyway, so the first person that I talked about that was really unstoppable is Kobe Bryant. So let me tell you a little bit about Kobe Bryant's work ethic and why Kobe Bryant was so unstoppable. One, Kobe Bryant worked harder than even the most elite NBA players. Now, to be in the NBA, you got to work harder than like 99.999% basketball players that are out there, right? But Kobe Bryant wasn't satisfied with just working harder than all the other regular basketball players. He wanted to make sure that he worked harder than even the elite basketball players. Now, there's a story that Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade told a reporter that during the 2008 Olympics, when the team got up around 7:30, 8 o'clock, going to go eat some breakfast and whatnot, and they get to the cafeteria, the restaurant, or wherever it was that they were eating breakfast, and they're like, Kobe Bryant comes in there with ice on his knee. Right now, these guys are just getting up. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. They're getting up to eat some breakfast. Kobe Bryant is in there, all sweaty, with all his trainers around him and ice on his knee. Come to find out, Kobe Bryant had been practicing for 3 hours. So and these are not, and let me just clarify, these aren't like the scrubby NBA players, right? These are the NBA players that are on the Olympic team, the elite, the best of the best. And Kobe Bryant is outworking every single one of them, right? Because all these other guys were all in their room sleeping, and Kobe Bryant was still practicing, still working hard, still putting it in, right? Number two, in high school, Kobe Bryant would get up and go to practice, would practice in the gym by himself at 5 a.m. and practice every morning from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., then go to school. Now, first of all, how many pro athletes are going to get up at 5 a.m. and practice every single day, right? How many professional athletes probably don't even do that? I'm sure probably hardly any, if any of them do that, right? But this guy was doing that at high school. That's why Kobe Bryant went straight from high school straight to the NBA, okay? He was getting up at 5 o'clock every single morning, right? And practicing till 7, then going to school, then after school, still going back and practice, okay? I mean, it is crazy. This guy's work ethic is absolutely ridiculous, all right? Third thing, right, about Kobe Bryant's work ethic. When he got injured, some of his teammates thought, you know what, okay, he got injured, he's going to slow down a little bit, and maybe they'll beat him to the gym. Because trust me, when he was playing for the Lakers, and even when he was playing for the Lakers, he was getting to the gym so early and out doing all of his teammates, right? So they were thinking in their minds that, okay, you know what? We finally have an opportunity. We're going to beat Kobe to the gym because, you know, he's injured. He's probably going to let up a little bit, not work as hard because he's injured right now. And one of his teammates recounted, like, he got to the gym thinking that he was going to get there before Kobe. And he's like, Kobe was still there practicing. I think he had broke his wrist, whatever hand he broke his wrist. He was there dribbling and shooting and passing with the other hand. He did not care, injury or no injury. And you know what? Knowing Kobe Bryant, he probably got there even a little bit earlier because he was injured. Okay? That's this to show you how unstoppable this guy is. His work ethic is crazy. Number five, when Kobe's in practice, when Kobe would practice with himself, he would shoot shots and he would count all of his own shots. And he wouldn't stop until he got to 400. He would have to make 400 shots before he stops. Absolutely amazing. Number 6, Kobe Bryant would cold call business people and ask them what their secrets to success. Now here it is. This guy is one of the greatest basketball players in the world, right? But he would still cold call. I mean, he wasn't calling people that he had relationships. He would just call random people that he had absolutely no relationship with, right? And just start questioning them. And he said that, you know, some of the questions he probably asked them were stupid, but guess what? He didn't know the answers to them, so he was still going to ask them anyway, right? And I'm sure probably a lot of them, when they found out it was Kobe Bryant, were probably obliged to answer anyway, okay? Number 7, Kobe Bryant, even on game days, still put himself through super intensive workouts. Now, most athletes would say, you know what, it's a game day. I'm not going to really work that hard. I'll probably just shoot around a little bit. Kobe Bryant, it didn't matter game day or no game day. He was still going in hard. All right. Number 8, he trains for 4 hours per day during the regular season. And when almost all athletes take a break in the off season, that's why you see them, you know, after the basketball season is done, they end up gaining about like 10 or 20 pounds because, you know, they're eating good, right? They have to work really hard during the season. Kobe Bryant trains for even more than 4 hours a day in the off season. So this guy works even harder than everybody else in the off season, right? Number 9. Kobe Bryant, when he was playing with the U.S. Olympic team, one of the Olympic coaches said that he would go into practice at 4:15 in the morning and he wouldn't stop until 11 a.m. One time he noticed that Kobe Bryant wouldn't stop until he had hit 800 shots. That's crazy. And he counted them. He counted every single one of them himself. He would not stop until he hit 800 shots. All right? Number 10, Kobe Bryant would take he did this in high school and he did this while he was playing with the Lakers. He would take the guys that are in high school, he would take the sorry guys on the bench, and after practice, he would make them, he wouldn't ask them, he would make them play him one-on-one to 100. And of course, he would win every single time. I think that the closest person maybe got to out of, you know, Kobe Bryant would have 100, and the closest the person that did the best against him would have 12 points. But he would play these guys repeatedly over and over and over again to 100 after practice. After everybody is tired, ready to go home, Kobe Bryant is still playing. Right? And in the NBA, what he would do is after the games, he would take his teammates, especially the ones that were on the bench, and he would try out new moves on them. That just shows you this guy's level of determination to be really, really successful. Okay? This guy was super determined. A lot of people come up to me and say, Coach Mark, I really want success. And you know what? Now, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm about to go and buy a Kobe Bryant poster and put it up in my dining room where I do all my work, in my office, in my house. Right? And every single time I want to quit early or I want to stop working, and I still have more work to do, I'm going to look up at that Kobe Bryant poster and say to myself, would Kobe approve of this? And I've never been a Kobe Bryant fan, but, you know, after reading about everything, his work ethic, it just really made me realize that there's so much more that I can give. And I'm sure that there's so much more that each and every single one of you give. Now, some people maybe not want super levels of success. And if that's the case, then that's all right too, right? But if you want that massive level of success, you're going to have to put in similar type work, right? Now, the last person that I profiled on the show is a lady named Macy DeVore, right? Now, this lady in her 50s decided that she wanted to build a pool for her community. She lived in a small town in Kansas, and she didn't have any money or whatever. So you know what she did? She went in and she started collecting aluminum cans, and she would bake stuff, and she would create blankets and quilts and whatnot, and raise money to build this pool in her neighborhood. Guess how long this lady was raising money for? 30 years. 30 years. Can you imagine now? She's about, she started, I think, in her early 50s. So she might have been about 51, 52 years old when she started collecting money. And the people that she probably, in her mind, who she was collecting money to raise for, by the time the pool ended up getting built, these people probably had their own kids, right? Because it took her 30 years. But she didn't quit. She didn't quit. She was unstoppable. She ended up raising close to $100,000. Between the money that she raised about, I think, was it $80-something thousand, and then sold another $20,000 worth of stuff, and then her contribution was matched by the state of Kansas, and they gave $70-something thousand toward the pool as well. Now her name is on the pool. The pool didn't get built until she was 82 years old in 2001, right? This lady collected money, rain or shine, for 30 years. That's what you call unstoppable. These people are unstoppable. They set a goal. They make up their mind that nothing's going to come in between them and their goal, and they accomplish it. And if you really, really want to be successful, these are the type of things that you have to do in order to be successful. All right. Like I said, if you didn't get a chance, go back. You'll hear me talk about both of these people a little bit more, and a few other people in my Power and a Half Hour calls. You can go to my website, www.powerhh.com, or even just look in the show notes or the email or wherever you're watching this at. And I'm sure you'll have a link even to my Facebook page that will have access to go back and re-listen to the Power and a Half Hour episode number 76, I Am Unstoppable. And yes, I am unstoppable, and so are you. All right? Talk to you next week.